You guys, this is so weird. It doesn't give you the countdown anymore. You guys updated, was there a Facebook update and I missed it? It totally, usually went, 3, 2, 1. No countdown anymore. That was like disturbing. Hey, Pamela. Hi. Is it Andrea or Andrea? Because you're Jen's sister, right? Hi, Megan. Hi guys. Okay, we're gonna get, I'm like 6 minutes late and I'm sorry. You know how that goes with kids. My husband was like, let me take him to the pool for you. And then it was, like changing swimsuits and all that. Andrea, yes? Blink once for yes, twice for no. Or Andrea. Andrea, 1. Andrea, 2. Hey, Kelsey. Hi, you guys. Okay, Corey, hi. Okay, I wanted to talk to you guys today about maps. Mapping your way to Crown Princess. Okay, if you guys are anything like me, as soon as people talk about setting goals, you tune out. Maybe I'm the only one like that. But I don't respond very well to like fluffy motivational messages. Do you remember that store that used to be like in the middle of the mall? Oh gosh, I can't remember what it was called. And they had all of the like flying eagle pictures with like a motivational saying on the bottom. Yeah, I don't do that. Okay, so when I hear people say, you need to set goals, if you want to reach whatever, you've got to write it down. I'm like, peace out. I just tuned out. Okay, so for me, I need something more concrete. And what I need is a map. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about how you map your way to your goals. Oh, thank you, Della. You're so sweet. Hi, Amber. Hey, Dominique. Heather, hello. Okay, so I was just, you guys know my good friend Katie, I'll call her. She's my neighbor also. So I was coming home from picking my kids up from school this morning and I saw her outside, and so we stopped and we were talking for a little bit. And we started talking about goals. And she told me this really interesting little anecdote that I actually came home and Googled to make sure it was true, because Katie, no, I'm just kidding. But I Googled it to hear the whole story. But there was an MBA program at Harvard in 1979. And as they graduated, they did this experiment with them where they asked them to write down what their goals were. Okay, and so here's the interesting part. Okay. Before they graduated, 84% of the class had set no goals at all. 13% of the class had written down their goals, but they hadn't written down any kind of concrete plans. And 3% of the class had written down a goal and their plans. Okay, so 10 years later, they went back, and the 13% that had written down their goals but hadn't created plans were making twice as much money as the 84% who didn't write anything down. Okay, so writing down let's take from that, just writing down your goals, 84%, they were making twice as much money as the 84% who didn't. Okay, but the 3% who wrote down their goals and created a map or a plan for getting there were making 10 times the amount of money as the 84% who hadn't written anything down. Okay, so I love lists, but I'm not gonna lie, I've never been good about writing down my goals and like my plans for getting there. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants a lot of times. But I saw something that another distributor had done. This was maybe like 6-8 months ago. And I was like, light bulb moment for me. I'm like, this I can get behind. And it totally changed my business. And so I'm gonna show you. This isn't, I have this in my office, but I rewrote it, kind of like an example of, hold on, I'm going to take you up here. It's a good thing I'm not going to show you what my office looks like right now. You would die. Okay. So what you have here is a map. Okay, it's not a very beautiful map. Most people, I think some of you guys would like color code it and make it cute. Okay, but what we've got here is this is a dry erase board. I took a picture of my goal so I can put it back up on there. But this is what I have in my office, okay? So I made up an example. So we're assuming that this person is Their current rank is Royal. Okay. So we're going to come over here. I didn't think this through because this board is clearly too big. Okay, so where it says LIW, that would be Lady in Waiting. CIW, Countess in Waiting. DIW, Duchess in Waiting. So your goal really should be to rank every single month. When I started, that's the goal I set for myself. And so like when I was, for example, a lady, and I was wanting to hit Countess, I focused on my second line because they were going to recruit my third line. Does that make sense? So every month I made a goal to reach the next rank. So as you're working on Lady, so let's say you've hit Lady in Waiting, which isn't technically a rank. You're not going to find that in the back office. But, you know, most are lady, from Lady and above, I shouldn't say Lady and above, Lady to Princess. Those ranks require 2 months of 5 people on those lines. So we call Lady in Waiting the first month of that 2 consecutive months that you need to rank. Okay, so let's say my goal and my current rank is Royal, and last month I had my 5 on line 2. So I can cross off Lady in Waiting. That means this month I'm working on Lady. So to hit Lady, those people, I've already got those people in place. They just need to order again. So simultaneously, I would work on Countess in Waiting. So I have these people in place already. I just need them to order again. And then at the same time, I'm working on building this third line. So I'm working on also hitting Countess in Waiting. So for me, I use my calendar and I put a date next to each of these things. What date, I'm not like, I shouldn't say a fruit, but the whole Power of the Secret thing, you guys, I totally thought that was goofy, but now I kind of like, I don't know if it's the power of the secret or if it's the power of it makes you bust your butt and meet the goal you wrote down on a dry erase board. But so on mine, I have a date. Like I would say here, okay, if I've got Lady in Waiting right now, I would want to hit Lady usually by the 5th of that month. So if I had Lady in Waiting, if I had my second line in place last month, I would probably have had August 5th here as my goal to hit Lady. And then simultaneously, this month, I would be working on building that third line. So then my goal for Countess would probably be 10-5. I usually think most people place their qualifying order within the first 5 days of the month or so. So that's kind of what I shoot for. Is this making sense? Vanessa, are you going to have a quiz on this? Yes, you are. Okay. So what I want you guys to keep in mind as I'm showing you this is that this is where I ended the seminar year. The seminar year ends on March 31st. If you're new to SeneGence, our year is not January 1st to December 31st. It's April 1st to March 31st. So I ended the seminar year here at Ruby CP. Okay, on this day last year, I had not even ranked to Maiden. So if you're looking at this and thinking it's too late in the seminar year for you to hit these goals, it is so not. So not. Okay, so if you are mapping your way to Crown Princess, and it's definitely, because I did the math here, you could totally be Royal right now and hit Queen by the end of the seminar year. But let's say you were trying to hit Crown Princess. That is so doable. So if you said 8-5 for this, 9-5 for this, 10-5 for this, 11-5 for this, it's very conceivable that you'd be Crown Princess by December 5th. What would that be? January 5th, February 5th, March 5th. And so maybe that month you bust your butt and hit Queen by March 31st. So this is doable. Okay, so this is kind of how I have mine set up. I've got my ranks and then I have the dates next to them of when I want to reach them. And ranks are just for fun, right? That's not like the be all end all, but for some people, they're super motivating. And I think it just gives you a framework to kind of build off of and gives you goals to reach for. So, and is there like a specific amount of money tied to each rank? No, but naturally there's going to be an increase in your commission checks as you move through those ranks because they mean you've sponsored that many more people. Okay, so 3 CPs under me. The more CPs, the better, you guys. All debt but house and cars paid off by December 17. That's like 2017. Over here we've got recruits let's say this person's goal is to have 30 on their first line this seminar year, and then just crossing them off as you go. Is that so motivating for you? It is for me. I saw a pin one time on Pinterest where they had like how many pounds you were going to lose. Like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, and you get to cross one off every time. That is very satisfying. Okay, so those are first line recruits. And then here's some of the things you're working for. Crown Princess Retreat, Costa Rica, Disney World. And you can include some goals like grow your social media or your sales group to 1,500, and then probably an ultimate goal of earning 6 figures in 2018. Okay, so hold on, I'm going to turn you around. No, wait, I don't know if I want you to see my psycho office. Okay, fine, I'm turning you around. Okay, so I was talking to, wow, this is horrible lighting. Okay. So I was talking to another leader today, and oh, hold on. Okay, CP is your goal. Let me read these. CP is your goal. Yay, good. It gives you hope because you haven't hit maiden yet. Oh, yeah. Kristen, right before I did this, I was like, let me make sure I'm telling them the correct information. And I looked back, I searched through my group, and I was like, nope, hadn't hit maiden yet at this point last year. So there's more than enough time for you. Okay, so I was talking to another leader today, and this leader said to me, you know, not everybody can be you, right? And I was like, yeah, they can. And she's like, no, they can't. Not everybody will get lucky like that. And I was like, what? And she said, yeah, you know, like she said, I'm really lucky. I got lucky because I have so-and-so on my first line, and they got really lucky because they have so-and-so on their first line, and they got lucky because they have so-and-so on their first line. And so I went home and I thought about it, and I was thinking about it some more. I was cleaning out my car. And I thought, to an extent, that's true. To an extent, there's some luck involved. But you 100% control how lucky you get. And this is how. With this right here. Recruiting these first lines people. This right here is the key to your success. Right there. And this is completely within your control. So this, if you have, let's say you have 10 people on your first line. Are all 10 people going to be business builders who are down with running a small business? Because that's a lot, right? Not everybody is cut out for that. Not everybody enjoys it. Not everybody is at a season in their life where they can handle a small business of their own. And that is totally okay. That's so fine. That's so fine. But if you only have 10 people on your first line, I shouldn't say only, like that's a good sized team. But if you have 10 people on your first line, not all 10 of them are going to be superstars. They're just not. They're not. And when I say superstars, that didn't sound good. Okay, I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I should say not all 10 of them are going to be in a place in their life where they're ready to build a business or where they totally understand the opportunity that's in front of them. Because some people just haven't seen it yet. So the more people on your first line, the luckier you get. I mean, I have no idea. It would be interesting if somebody did like a study of some sort. I have no idea what percentage of a team actually builds and continues to build a business of their own. I wish there was some like information in the back office. I wish they would pull that for us. But I would venture to guess the percentage is the same no matter how many people you have on your first line. So the more people you have on your first line, the more chance you have of girls who are going to take off and continue to build your team. The more you have on the first line, on your first line, the more chance of having crown princesses underneath you. Does that kind of help or make sense to you guys? So I can only speak for my personal team, and I would say out of everybody I sponsored in the last year, I would say probably 25% of those people are here to build a business. Is that okay to say? It's not, I just think it's not, it's challenging and it's not for everybody. And not everybody is in a place in their life where they're ready to do that right now, or or get, you know, what a huge opportunity is in front of them. I hope that they do, because it's amazing. Okay, so the more people you have on your first line, the more likely you are to hit all of those ranks. You cannot be dependent on somebody else to build your team for you. I thought once one of your girls hit CP, they fall off your line. Is that incorrect? Okay, Jen, that's a good question. So once, that's a really good question. Okay, when someone on your team hits Crown Princess, they remain a part of your dominion until April 1st, the start of the new seminar year. Then they break off and they're their own dominion. So until then, they're still in your dominion. They count towards your rank, car, trips, etc. But even after they break off, you still get paid on them just like you would. You still make commission off of that team just like you would before they break off. So they really only break off for the purposes of ranking and cars and etc. And that's just, look what my little 3-year-old did. There was a babysitter here, and he decided to decorate my walls. Such a glamorous life I lead, huh? Okay. We're going back to the ring light. It's just better for everybody, huh? Better for you guys, better for me. Okay. Okay, so once they, so once they hit CP, they'll break off come April. But they'll stay with, but even then, I mean, you still, it's always a good thing. The more CPs you have, the better. I mean, because think about that. If you have girls on your first line building $1 million teams, you're making some ka-ching, right? Okay, Jen, you have a couple walls like that. He just did it like a couple weeks ago, and I need to paint my office. I haven't done it yet. Okay, so let's talk about how you take your business to the next level. Okay. Everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, because if you're new, you probably don't know this yet. But most people know what I call like the Sunday school answers for how to build your business. Do you guys ever, at church, and you're like, how do you get through trials in your life? And the Sunday school answers are like, you have faith and you pray and you read your scriptures. And those are the basics because they're true, right? But these are what I call the Sunday school answers of lip sense. Okay, so we all know that how do you find success in this business? How do you recruit those 30 people if that's your goal for the seminar year? You talk about the distributor opportunity once a week, whether it's a live video or just kind of a subtle slide in their post. You post 2 to 4 times a day. You wow, book, demo, direct. What else? What am I missing? Hello, Hillary. Stay consistent, talk to people. That's the biggest thing. If you guys have read Get Over Your Damn Self, then you know what I'm about to say. But if you haven't, I cannot recommend that book more. It sounds like it's a personal development book, and it's not. It's truly like a how do you run your direct sales business group. And what she says in there is that you cannot build a huge direct sales business on Facebook alone. So talking to people is key too. Huge. Okay, so once you've done that, and this is kind of where I'm at. So I've been doing this for a year, and I've started to, my business hasn't started to decline, but I felt like I've started to plateau. And that's where a lot of you guys who started around when I did. Now, does that mean that things are going backwards for us and that I've turned into a giant loser? No. It means that I've reached the edge of my warm market. And that really and truly should take you probably a year. If you started 2 or 3 months ago, you have not reached the edge of your warm market yet. But that's going to happen, right? At some point, I talk to everybody I know. Everybody I know knows I sell lip sense, or SeneGence. Everyone I know. I mean, even when we went to Cabo on your incentive trips, you can't take another distributor with you. My kids got super sick a couple days before, and we thought maybe my husband was going to have to stay home with them. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot think of one person that I could take who's not a distributor. Because everyone has signed up. Everybody knows I've joined, or everyone knows that I sell lip sense. I am at the edge of my warm market. So it's time for me to take my business to the next level. So what does that mean? That means I need to enter my cold market. So I have a list in my phone, just a constant list of ideas that I've got for kind of taking your business to to the next level. And so some of you guys know that Dawn and I opened a kiosk at our local mall. It's been like, I think this is our 3rd week. And for us, that was one of the things on our list for taking our business to the next level. I'm not saying everybody should go open a kiosk, but we were like, we need an opportunity to be in front of new people. We need new people. We need to meet new people. We need to be in front of people. And so that was a huge opportunity for us. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys some of my take your business to the next level notes in my phone. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and I've watched even some of the girls who hit really high ranks last seminar year, and then they had a ton of people break off. I'm watching them try to kind of regain their momentum like 2.0, and I've been super inspired by some of the things that I've seen them doing. Okay, so I think the first thing that you should do, can and should do, is brand yourself. For me, that looks a little different than it might look for somebody else, but what I want to do for myself is brand me more than the product and show somebody how I bring value. So if you're my friend, you probably saw me looking for someone to build a website. So that's something I'm working on right now. I'm having professional branding done, like a new logo, pictures, everything, and building a website. And the way I envision that is part of it will be for new customers. So like application videos, but nice, not like my ghetto iPhone ones, but like some really clean, nice, professional application videos, an area that will forward them to educate them on the project and then send them to my SeneGence site, and then a password protected area for new distributors where I can have trainings there and a new distributor guide. But really focusing on branding myself and bringing value to someone else through me. Okay, some other things that you can look at are Twitter. I saw a good friend of mine who's an Empress yesterday started a Twitter account just for her with her Facebook group name. I was like, duh, why haven't I, that's easy, why didn't I do that? LinkedIn, Pinterest, printed materials I think could be huge. That's something that I'm working on right now, is creating printed materials that are branded with me, like my own branding, to give to new distributors. Again, like bringing value, like what value do I bring? Bringing value to them. In-person distributor opportunity events. This I kind of like envision like a timeshare presentation almost, but we've done lots of opportunity groups on Facebook and they're great. They're super great. But I want to do an in-person one where maybe I like blast it all throughout the community, have food, treats, giveaways, whatever, and really like if you come and listen to this, I'll give you a free color. Hello, timeshare presentation. Because I feel like if somebody listened to the opportunity, they'd sign up. I mean, you'd be a dum-dum not to, right? Okay. Some of you guys might know who Tawny Alexander is. I think I'm on her 7th line, but she hit ruler or something last year, and she's my Facebook friend, and so I've seen a lot of stuff she's doing to kind of try to like rebrand herself now and rebuild her team, because a lot of people broke off. And it doesn't matter because she's still making a lot of money on all of those on that huge team that she developed over the past seminar year. But I have watched her do things that I'm like, dang, that's a good idea over the last week. So, and then a lot of people have been kind of running with her ideas, like, that is a good idea, I'm going to do that too. So she posted that she wanted to recruit 45 people in 45 days, posted that goal like on her personal timeline and her sales group. And like I said, I've seen a lot of people doing the same thing since she did, and they're like really getting a lot of traction with it. I have a good friend who did it last week. I think she said something a little bit more attainable, like 15 people in 15 days, and she had 3 people by the end of the day. So I thought that was a really interesting idea. What else do I have? Some of you, I think Angela, I don't know if Angela Thorpe's on here, but Angela is doing the MUA certification through SeneGence, and one of the requirements is that I don't know, I wish Angela was on here so she could answer. I don't know exactly what the requirements are, because the thought of me applying makeup to anybody is like laughable. But you have to apply makeup to, I cannot remember how many people, so I'm just going to pick a random number, like 50 people or something. Well, imagine being able to do a makeover on 50 different people and putting SeneGence products on them, and like what a huge either recruiting or potential customer opportunity that is. So that MUA certification, I feel like that could be really big for building your team if that's something you might be interested in. We have a couple girls on our team who do this. They've looked at the map. Oh, there's Angela. Angela said 58 people. Yay. You guys, I would make 58 people look like total clowns. Okay. A couple girls on our team do this. They've looked at the map of the states that aren't super concentrated. Well, none of the states, I shouldn't even say that. None of the states are super concentrated with LipSense. But the states that have the fewest number of people, and they add themselves to Facebook exchanges in those areas and then go live in those Facebook exchanges, you know, like yard sale pages, and talk about LipSense and apply it and demo it right there in a Facebook exchange. I thought that was genius. Let's see, what else should I have written down? Oh, targeting specific groups of people on Instagram. I got this idea from Elisa Clausen, who, her and her sister, Katie, I don't think they're on right now, are seriously like the most business savvy girls I've ever met in my entire life. And so they go through Instagram and target specific groups of people. So I have done that in the last week. I'm looking at fitness competitors. Don't go steal all my no, you can. I'm sure there are millions of them. Anyway, just thinking outside of the box as much as possible. And I'm like, okay, well, these girls, they wear makeup. They need to look good during their fitness competitions. Plus, they're super hot and they have huge Instagram followings. So I reached out to a couple this week. In fact, I have one girl who doesn't live very far from me, and she is a cop and does fitness competitions and beauty pageants and has a huge following, and she's gorgeous. And I just sent her a kit today to try, and she's gonna tag me in her page, and then hopefully she gets a good response, and she's somebody who could sign up, and voila. I think she has like 1.4 million followers, so please bless. No, okay. What else? Oh, look at the countries that we just opened. I don't think we just opened in Puerto Rico, but we all just got wind that we opened in Puerto Rico. But look, find out who influencers are in those countries. I mean, that could be huge. And you guys can see there's this huge push right now towards developing our Hispanic market, and the Latin American countries are going to be opening up soon. And this is not official, okay? Totally not official. No one like tell anybody I said this because it's speculation. But I'm guessing Mexico will probably be next. So this would probably be a good time to look for who Instagrammers are or influencers are in those areas and reach out to them, kind of start building that relationship so that when they do open up, you've got some potentials there. Oh, I talked to a girl in Cabo who she hadn't hit, if you guys are familiar with the requirements for SeneStar, you have to either be a crown princess, meaning you have $1 million in sales. It's a sliding scale, so your personal PV versus your group sales volume. So if you have not hit $1 million in sales yet, group sales volume, your personal sales have to be pretty dang high. And so I met a girl in Cabo who is not a crown princess yet. That means her personal sales are through the roof. She lives in Utah. And if you guys know, if you have any friends in Utah, you know, there are a lot of LipSense distributors there. It's probably one of the more difficult areas for sales right now, and her personal sales are through the roof. And I was like, what in the heck are you doing? And she said she Googles women's shows. Again, she goes to that map that shows kind of how our distributors are dispersed throughout the United States. She goes to that map and she's like, Arkansas, not very many there. And she Googles women's shows, Arkansas. And then she travels there. She's like, it's totally worth me booking a flight if I can get a team going in a state that's not very populated. And she said if she's got a downline in that area, then, you know, she'll contact them and have them do it with her. I thought that was genius. And my husband heard that, so then he was like on his phone, like right away, like, women's shows, Rhode Island. Let me see, what else did I have? Oh, I don't know. I this is not something I've explored yet, but it's something I have kind of, I'm not sure exactly how it would work. Okay, so maybe, oh, whatever, I'll just throw it out there. Like text subscription services, you know how you text like pizza to Papa John's, and then you're subscribed for text alerts? I have not done it myself yet, but it is something that I have on my list that I want to do, that I want to have a text subscription service. And I know there's a girl on Dawn's team who's tried it out, so I'll reach out to her and find out exactly like which one she used and how it's worked for her, but I feel like that could be huge. Jamie Miles and Gina Miles, I think they both have a VIP list within their group. And so they have people fill out their Google Doc. It's okay if it's not for orders, okay? So this is not a shopping Google Doc. They have people fill out their Google Doc and it's like their VIP list. And then they go to their VIP list and message them when they have sales or when they get a new color in, or like when they had Shalala, what am I talking about? She's Apples or Coralina. And both of them have said that's been really successful for them because those people feel like they're getting the inside scoop. Like, did you guys get a West Elm email today that stuff's 75% off? If you haven't, you should just hop on there right now. No, not right now, but after this, because they've got really good sales. Anyway, they think they're getting insider information, and sometimes they said they do offer sales just to that VIP list. Oh, Jamie said Gina has an app she uses too. Gina, a rewards app. That's so smart. I was at Disneyland the other day, and I was wearing a LuLaRoe Carly dress, and a LuLaRoe consultant came up to me and handed me a card that said, "Caught you wearing LuLaRoe in the wild," and then it was $5 off a purchase. So you got $5 off your next purchase with her. I didn't know her from Adam, but I was like, thank you for this $5 gift card, essentially. And I thought, we could totally do that. You could do, I mean, it'd be hard to tell whether or not they're wearing lip sense unless you go up and rub their lips. But you could do, like, caught you wearing red lipstick in the wild or whatever, and then here's $5 off, and this is what I do. And that's a good way to capture. I thought that was super smart of her. It's a really good way to capture a new customer. And it's like kind of fun and cute. So maybe don't do $5 off because that's more than 15%, but whatever 15% would be, and I'm not good at math. Okay, I taught 5th grade, you guys, and 5th grade and 6th grade, and I swear I did not understand 5th or 6th grade math until I actually taught it. Oh, Pamela said just ask. Yes, and that's a good recruiting. I do that to people all the time, even when I know they're not wearing lip sense. I'm like, oh my gosh, your lip color is so cute. Is that lip sense? And they're like, what's that? And then there's a good in. You can just tell them all about it. Let's see what else. Scavenger hunts. I don't think. Oh, Vanessa. Vanessa is so sweet. You guys, Vanessa is the parent of one of my former 5th graders. Who is Harmony 22 now? This is. I shouldn't tell you guys that. Now you're gonna be like, oh, she's super old. I mean, you probably already could tell. Anyway, what was I saying? Scavenger hunts. Okay, I don't think I have a huge enough following in my Facebook group yet or my Instagram. It's something that I'm working on. But I follow so many brands that do this, like, hey, we're at Disneyland today, come find us. You can use your Insta stories, like, want to get a free kit, come find me. I'm over here by the Matterhorn, or it could be your local zoo, you know, whatever. I just thought that was a super fun one. Podcasts. Don't know a lot about it, but I wrote it down on my list, and maybe you do. I thought podcasts would be cool. A referral program. So I've seen I know a couple other crown princesses who are doing this, but if you refer a distributor to me, I give you $50. That's a cool way to recruit a team. Someone just reached out to me the other day. Della and Vanessa, I love you guys. Somebody just reached out to me the other day, and wait, let me just tell you the story. I got a phone call. I'm like driving down the road with all my kids in the car, and they were like, hi, Hillary, have you heard of what did they say? Oh, I know, the Wharf Brewing Company? And I was like, is this a joke? Are you scamming me? What are you calling me for? Anyway, it was a local restaurant in town. I guess it's like a brewing company. I don't know anything about alcohol. I don't drink, so like I don't really know how it works, but I guess they have like a booklet of like all the different things they brew or something. I don't know. It sounds like the Cheesecake Factory menu, and that I do know. And they have full page ads, and they were, I guess, searching the SeneGence website and looking for distributors local in the area, and asked me if I wanted to place an ad for the year, and it was like $300, and every customer gets it. That's how they order, and it's there for the whole year. And I was like, done. I'll do that for $300. I feel like it could be interesting. We'll see. Jen, what about Periscope? Yeah. Do people use Periscope though now that Facebook Live is available? I don't even know. I'm not cool though. Let me see. I think I had a couple others. I guess that's it, you guys. My list isn't that as expansive as I was hoping. Oh, they called you for LuLaRoe? Ooh, interesting. Okay, do you guys have any questions? I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to make a map like that. Periscope is tied to Twitter, so it's pretty popular still. Oh, that's good. See? Not cool. Not cool. And I would encourage you to write dates, attach dates to those goals. At least that's what works for me. I just went through, and if you talk to your upline, if you need help projecting your GSV, it's not complicated at all. You'll do it one time and you'll be like, oh, duh, that's 5th grade math. Anyway, so I just went through and did my GSV predictions for the year and mapped out like what I want my goals to be month by month and when I want to hit each rank. And it's motivating, you guys. It really is. You're gonna get a board. Good, Pamela. Yay, awesome. Okay, you guys have questions about anything else? Let me see if I missed anything. Nope. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. Nothing super life-changing, I know, but actually, I take that back, because I think writing those goals down and mapping out your path to Crown Princess really is life-changing. Okay, if you guys have, oh, how do you handle large growth in a short time? Do you mean large growth of your team overall? Yeah, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. You will have to have a system in place for sure. The month after I got my SeneCar, because that's a huge recruiting tool. If you qualify for a SeneCar, I would, well, I don't want to give anybody like financial leasing advice. I'll just say it's a huge business builder. And the month after I got my car at the end of December. In January, I sponsored 25 new girls. And it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was super crazy. But take advantage of our new distributor Zoom call every Monday night. That's a huge, huge, huge benefit. And we do that. We really do that just so that it's one less thing for you guys to worry about, especially when you're new and you already feel like you're not like into real like rhythm or groove yet, and you're still figuring things out. And we want to take that off your plate. It's one less thing for you to do. So take advantage of that. Make sure your new girls are on the new distributor call every Monday, and make sure that they have Natalie's natslipbosses.com, our big team website, because everything they need to know is on there. Not that you abandoned them. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. Disclaimer. But those are two huge tools that will make it easier for you to manage a lot of growth really fast. You've been watching while you make dinner? What's for dinner? Would you contact your second line and help them recruit sale, Amy? Okay. Oh, Carly, I skipped your question. GSV equals PV, not retail, correct? GSV is 2 times PV. So yes, retail. So if you look at your bar graph, when you click on the little bar and it says 100,000 or whatever is what your team has, that's your team's PV that month, your GSV will be 2 times that. So it would show 200,000. Would I contact my second line and help them recruit / sale? Okay. When I first started and I had a goal to rank every month, I wanted to get at least up until I hit Princess, and you're waiting to hit that million before you hit Crown Princess, I reached out to, I would send a message, I'd start a message thread, like if I was a royal in waiting and I wanted to hit lady that month, well, no, that doesn't really count because that would be my first line anyway. Let's say I was a lady and I'm wanting to hit countess, then I made a message thread for everybody on my second line, and I would reach out to them and either do some kind of incentive, so introduce myself, find out what I could do to help them get started. And then again, the next month, when I was countess, I wanted to hit duchess. I reached out to my third line. What can I do for you to help you recruit your team? Maybe I'd offer an incentive. You know, it's totally up to you, and it's up to you what you feel comfortable with. You do not have to offer incentives, okay? Don't feel like you do. Whatever you do, you want to make your business duplicatable. Is it duplicable or duplicatable? Because I always see people say duplicatable, but I'm pretty sure it's duplicable. Anyway, you want to make sure that it's duplicable, so don't go crazy and buy them a Mercedes or something. But I mean, if you feel comfortable doing a $20 gift card or whatever, you can do that. And for a lot of people, like me especially, that isn't what's motivating to me. I'm motivated by competition, and everybody likes to hear, you know, like, yay, so-and-so ranked up to maiden, yay, they ranked up to lady. But just remember that SeneGence provides incentives for you guys in the form of a commission check and like fun things like rings and crowns and sashes, so you don't need to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs doing that for your downline, okay? Oh, you're giving a free wow bag with qualifying order. Cool, that's really cool. Okay, you guys have any other questions? You are the freaking bomb.com. Did you see my post yesterday that we were number 2 again? Okay, that's, what month is it? That's 3 months in a row. The first month of seminar year, we were 3, and then we worked our way up to 2, and we've been there for 3 months. We're number 2. We're number 2. No, I'm so happy we're number 2, because you guys seriously are like, just like the bomb. Like, it is so, I just can't, nope, gonna start crying. Okay, that means it's time to go. Okay, woo, bye, bye. If you guys have questions, leave them here. Whew, bring it back. All right, okay. Okay, if you guys have questions about anything, leave them here or message me. Okay, love you guys.